Welcome to the second quarter of PTV's coverage of this trial game between Port Adelaide and the Sydney Swans. Quarter time, Port Adelaide lead by 2 points, 4-1-25 to Sydney 3-5-23. Let's have a quick look at the major possession winners for Port Adelaide. And four players have 7 touches apiece. Travis Spoke, Brad Ebert, Hamish Hartlett and Justin Westhoff. So the boys getting a hold of a lot of the footy through the midfield. Jared Redden and Matty Lobe, both 4 hit-outs respectively in ruck. So been a good start. We think Port Adelaide kicking into a couple of goal breeze in that first quarter. We'll see how it pans out though, of course, in the second quarter, because half-time will give us a real indication of exactly the breeze. Lobe and Mumford won it down into space. Moore's got it for Port Adelaide, buffeted it off the football by big Mumford. He's a huge man. In-go players, arms and legs in everywhere. There should be a secondary bounce, and there is. Centre wing towards the member side here at Amy Stadium. So Lobe and Mumford down, somehow gets it back to Lobe, spirals up on the left foot forward. Here's a real opportunity for Big Red, but Lewis Roberts-Thompson wins in the race of the football. Found some space, goods, stops, props, got lifted. Problems here, huge problems here for, I think, Jack, wrapped up by Boak. Umpire waiting, and holding the ball. And a free kick to Port Adelaide skipper Travis Boak. He was set up, the Sydney player, no question about that. And Travis Boak, who has had such an effective start for Port Adelaide in the first quarter, kicking a goal and having 7 touches, will have a shot just on the perimeter here at Amy Stadium. A tough kick. The ball will be pushing from his left to right. 51 metres out, drop punt on its way. It's going and going and going. It's a goal. Good start, Port Adelaide. Great start, Travis Boak. Port Adelaide 5-1-31. Leading Sydney 3-5-23. A margin of 8 points, a minute and a half into the second quarter. So bearing in mind both sides very strong in terms of their outfits. Sydney's missing Ted Richards and Mike Pike out from their grand final side, and also Alex Johnson, of course, who sadly did an ACL last week. And Marty Matner and Nick Smith returned for Sydney, so a fairly strong lineup. Port Adelaide, a couple of players missing as well, of course, including Dom Cassisi, Brett Ebert, Jay Shaw's being rested along with Paul Stewart. So, and Robbie Gray, of course, who hopefully will return soon. Kane Corns gives it to Moore meantime. Corns gets it back off him to Lewis Stevenson on the left shoe. Westhoff, one-on-one. Ball spills over the back. It's a foot race. The Sydney player in Nick Smith will get there first. Well trapped with a bit of composure. Now, this is dangerous. This has to be good. Goods got spoiled by Jonas. Goods has gone forward. He's rolling and rolling forward, the big man. There's a ball up ensuing, is there? Oh, players going down left, right and centre. Someone got flicked out of the contest. Chad Wingard got barreled out of the contest at the back of screen there, so I'm not sure what happened there. Anyway, a ball up, 20 metres out from Port Adelaide's goal. Lobe back into space, well read though by the Sydney player in Jetta. Jetta tries to shark it, ball spills free. Well done there by, I think it was Pittard, squeezes it high. Here goes the racehorse though. Jetta's got it, jams onto the boot, should only go as far as Carlisle. Well read by the big man, and Alapate Carlisle, who has had a great pre-season, takes the relieving mark. Lewis Stevenson has it too for Port. 2 kicks from goal. Thumping kick into the hot spot. Daniel Stewart's the target. Up against Grundy. The ball spills towards the back. Trying to extricate it is a Sydney player. Wrapped up by Daniel Stewart. Big pack of players. Umpire circling. There'll be a ball up about 20 metres out from the Port Adelaide goal. And a very, very good start here to the second quarter by the Power. They've got the ball hemmed in their forward line. Can they score? That's the question. Jack tries to get rid of the football for Sydney. Only goes as far as Westhoff. Tries to get a miraculous kick away. Can't. Look at the pack of players in there, desperately hunting the ball like bees around a honeypot. And the umpire will have it again. It's moving closer and closer like a rugby scrum towards the Port Adelaide goal. So ball up. About 12 metres out from the Port goal. Lobe down. Well sharked there by Kennedy to Goods. And here they go through Shaw. Tumble punts the ball, but only goes as far as Trengo. Port Adelaide have set the wall up to Heath. Campbell Heath in short. Nicely done. Finds Brad Eberts. the new vice-captain here at Port Adelaide. He'll kick from 58 metres out. Too far, you think, beyond him, but he's going to try and pump it in long. It's going, it's going, it's gone! Oh, magnificent leg, Brad Eben. If you want to know what that breeze is doing, that's a fair indication. Superb football, Port Adelaide. Brad Ebert has banged that from nearly 60. It's cleared the pack, and all of a sudden, Port Adelaide 6-1-37, leading the Swans 3-5-23, a margin of 14 points, 5 minutes into the second quarter, and Jake Need, Brad Ebert and Travis Spoke getting a huge round of applause as they come to the bench here in front of the members' stand. Back in the centre, umpire thumps it into the deck. Loby up against Mumford. Ball spills free. Here goes McVeigh. Jams it forward. Well smothered. Good defensive pressure from Port Adelaide. Look at him go. Ollie Wines is a contested possession king. Gets it eventually to Heath. Heath to Hartlett. Stops. Props. Good footy. Left foot inside to Needs. Going to carry to Stewart. Crashes over the pack. Good contest, big fella. Sydney's defence under enormous pressure. Bullocking through is Daniel Stewart. Wrapped up in the tackle well by the Sydney defence. And again, there'll be a ball up. Sydney defence working overtime back there. An avalanche of Port Adelaide football coming forward. A ball up 30 metres out from the Swans' goal. So Redden down. Ball wrapped up again. There'll be another ball up. Like I said, you can throw a blanket over about probably 20-odd players just in the vicinity of this ball up. It is very congested. Who can win the footy? You'd probably think Sydney from this point. They will. Look at those lime green wheels. Kicking it long out of defence, I think was Grundy, but only as far as Pittard. He read that magnificently, took it on his chest. 65 out from the Port Adelaide goal. Now surely he's too far out to score. Goes in short, only as far though as young Dane Rampy, the young fella from Sydney. Sydney trying to go through the corridor. Bolton spins this way, that away. And gone. And gone. Chad Wingard, he's a great tackler. Might have been a bit unlucky. Bolton thought he got his fist to the pigskin, but umpire said no. So Chad Wingard will take the free kick 52, 53 metres out from the power goal. What sort of setup will they do here? Sydney zoning, as you would expect, blocking all the holes. So there's not a lot of options for a lead here for Port Adelaide's forwards. Wines gives him an option, but meantime, Wingard's going to go for home with a long one. He's on the runway. He's going to kick from 52, close to the man on the mark, too close. He tried to stretch for distance. Stewart tried to get the ricochet, wins it back, the big fella. Handballs to the voice. Young around the body. That's going to come. That's going to come. Not far enough back, though. Oh, just for a brief moment, I thought that was going to curl inside the behind post. A minor score. Port Adelaide move on to 6-2-38, leading the Swans by 15 points. 3-5-23. So Goods has got it in a blink of an eye. Left half back for the Swans. Chips into space and finds McGlynn. They're off now. Port Adelaide's midfield's got to push back and support their forward line. Look at big Daniel Stewart loping to cover some holes there, which is great to see from Daniel Stewart. McGlynn pumps it in. Stewart might be in the van here. No, it won't go that far. It'll only go as far as Young. And Port Adelaide hold it up. That wind is strong though. Young kicked it towards half forward into a 2-on-1. Travis Spoke outnumbered and gives away the free kick to Reshaw. And Sydney are away. McVeigh with a beard chips it laterally to Matner. What a player he's been for Sydney since swapping from the Crows. So still on the defensive 50-metre line, Matner, left half back. Plays on. Kicks towards the outer side in a one-on-one contest, but that might indeed carry all the way with these fluky conditions. And it does, and Campbell Heath will take the free kick through centre wing for Port Adelaide. So Stewart's got it. Back to Redden. Redden to Pittard. Pittard, well done. He broke 2 tackles there. He's going to pump it in long. Now Young's the targets. Shaw's got him, surely. Was it in the back? Crowd wanted it. Umpire said play on. Oliver Wines has got it though from 40 out. And the little man kicks a drop punt through for another one. Oh, when I say little, he's 188 centimetres, 93 kilos. But he has kicked an absolute beauty, an opportunist goal for Port Adelaide. And now they move on to 8-2-50 by my mathematics. Maybe I'm just getting a little ahead of myself. 7-2-44, leading Sydney yet to score this quarter. 3-5-23, a margin of 21 points. 9.5 minutes gone in the second term. Good quarter of football so far from Port Adelaide. Their supporters love it. Amy Stadium, slightly overcast at the moment, 21 degrees, so really nice conditions to play footy in compared to the heat that has been in Adelaide for the last, 2 or 3 weeks in particular. Lobe grabs it out of the air. Umpire will give him the benefit of the doubt. Play on. Oliver Wine surely will get the free kick, and, he just loves the contest. To Kane Corns. Kane Corns deep inside 50. Daniel Stewart. Up he goes. Down he goes. Young's going to shark the football. Handballs back towards Need. Well intercepted by Armstrong. And away they go, the Sydney Swans. Kick it towards left half back. Goods leaps ahead of the contest. Was he infringed? The umpire said Trengove did infringe. And Goods will take the free kick. Looking for the corridor. Oh, just cleared Redden's arms. Good tackle. Oh, great stuff by Hartlett. They are fair dinkum. Bang, crash. It's a hot footy. And there will be a ball up 70 metres out from Port Adelaide's goal. Forward of centre for them. It's a pretty impressive defensive pressure from Port Adelaide. Sydney just can't find any space. So Redden to Moore. Boak burrowing. Trying to get the footy out. Well done by Sydney. Crashing his Malcheski. Only got as far as Jack, I think it is. Look at this pressure by Port Adelaide, though. That is terrific stuff. And don't worry about that. Power fans do recognise it. There'll be a ball up. Left half forward. 2 kicks from goal. Lobe. That ball sort of almost falconed him in the end. Ball goes down. Look at this pack of players. They are desperate. Both sides very desperate. Sydney need the next one to work their way back into the contest. They kick it forward. Well read, though, by Trengove. He's got it. Got some good support by Carlisle. Trengove shorts it. Misses Brad Ebert, though. Put him under enormous pressure. So here go the Swans. Armstrong has got it eventually. Need. You got problems when Jake Need tackles you. Big problems. And Jake Need will take the free kick. Centre field for Port Adelaide. Need goes wide. Not a great kick. Didn't really give Westhoff any opportunity there. And well read there by Marty Matner. So Matner kicks the ball laterally to Malcheski. Has a bounce. Kicks it long towards the member's side. That's a scything kick. Beautiful kick into the teeth of the breeze. And has been marked by Kennedy for the Swans. Josh Kennedy short to McVeigh. Again, McVeigh short to Jetta. So they're just inch by inch just trying to work this ball forward, Sydney. Trying to find an avenue to goal. Jetta kicks it in long towards that man in Hanbury. Good defensive work. Trengove falls over the footy. Heath has got it to Stevenson. Hands it to Lobe. Lobe kicks laterally to Carlisle. Buys him some space. And he'll give to Kane Corns. And Port Adelaide are away. Kane Corns short to Westhoff. He's got there. Good kick by Kane Corns. Westhoff. Centre wing out of side. Shorts it. Asks Brad Ebert to lead up at him. Well done there by Roberts Thompson. Hair going in all directions. And there will be a boundary throwing. Good contest there on the outer side. Let's check that scoreboard. Port Adelaide 7-2-44, leading Sydney 3-5-23. Midway through the second quarter here at Amy Stadium. So Lobe, down, Need, in there, out there. Pittard trying to wrap up Kennedy. Kennedy's in there. The umpire will say, I'll have it. And he'll bounce it centre wing out of side. So a big scrimmage of players. A lot of Port Adelaide players forward of the football line. In terms of the defensive area, it's Trengove, Jonas and Goods towards the Sydney forward line. So a lot of players around the footy. Ian crashes in. Wines, I think it was, and there will be another ball up. So plenty of stoppages this afternoon. Just recapping, 8 on the interchange bench, and rotations are not capped. So obviously the same rules as you'll experience in round 1, not with the 8 interchange, but certainly with the uncapped rotations. So Jetta's got it. Dances this way, that way. Brings it back. So Sydney trying to squirt the ball across defence. Nick Smith will mark the ball. Now give it by hand to Malcheski. Bounced it when he didn't really need to. Got it onto his left boot though. Kicks towards Goods and Trengove. Well done Jonas. Pushed them all under the footy. Gives it to Colquhoun. Colquhoun by hand to Stevenson. Handball really to a voice to no one in particular. McVeigh's got it. In short. Goods with a big right telescopic arm. And the champion Brownlow medalist takes the mark. Oh, only 25 metres out. And do the Sydney Swans need this? So a bit loose Port Adelaide in defence. Lewis Stevenson's handball didn't really find a target. And now Goods has ended up with the Sherrin in his hand. So Sydney get to score this quarter. You would imagine there'll be a score here. Sydney want a full score. They need the 6-pointer. There's no doubt about that. Goods, drop punt on its way. And that goal umpire says, that is fine by me. Straight through the centre. Goods kicks his first. And Sydney just get that little steadier, which they so desperately needed. Like I said, Goods kicks his first. Let's check that scoreboard. Port Adelaide leading still by 15 points. At Sydney 4-5-29, trailing the Power 7-2-44, 15.5 minutes gone in the first quarter. So it's Redden up against big Jesse White. That's got to be rebounced. That's bounced outside of the restricted circle. So there will be a ball up. Again, it's secondary bounce. Play will restart. So White and Redden straight down to Moore. Wrapped up by big White. Umpire says wrapped up too high. And Moore will take the free kick. Centre field. Look at those wheels on White. They are lime green if you get a chance to see them again. Moore's is instructed he's going to have to take the kick over the mark. Now, who are the targets? Westhoff lurking. Hartlett lurking. Moore goes laterally to Carlisle. Port Adelaide pretty much manned up. There's no real spare back there for Sydney at this stage. It's one-on-one. So Carlisle goes in short to Kane Corns. Gives it to Colquhoun. Geez, he's good overhead for his size. Handballs to Carlisle. Went one-handed. In goes Sydney. Good pressure. Well done though, guy Carlisle. Got it back to Colquhoun. Colquhoun squirts it wide. Now Jonas has got it. True centre wing position. Outer side. Finds Westhoff. And Westhoff takes a strong mark. Been very impressive today. Westhoff 90 metres out from goal. Kicks it back. Oh, that's a turnover though. There you go. I'll put the Mozzer on him as well. Sydney have got problems. They've got no one to kick to up forward. There is absolutely no one forward the football for Sydney. 4 Port Adelaide players are drifting back. So they've just got to hold the footy here, Jeddah. And they've just got to wait for options to push forward. It is certainly a draining style because you push numbers back and then you've got to push forward. So Sydney trying to work their way forward. Mattner's got it. Goes in short with his left foot. Lewis Stevenson. Did I say Stevenson? I meant Roberts Thompson. Crikey says Lewis is everywhere. Kicks it wide. Pitches just in front of Sam Reid. And there'll be a boundary throw-in outer side here at Amy Stadium. Port Adelaide by 15 points, 44-29, 18 minutes gone in the second quarter. Just like the first, this will be a 30-minute quarter with no time on. So flat 30-minute quarter. So White's got it for Sydney. Wants to get rid of it. Oh, I'm not sure if he got rid of it legally or otherwise. Kennedy ends up with a football. He's wrapped up. Good pressure from Port Adelaide. Jack jams on the boot. That's gone higher than longer. Courage. Wingard. Oh, Wingard. That is unbelievable. Well, that is incredible courage. He nearly took the mark. You could see a collision occurring. Umpire paid a free kick. There was so many arms and legs in there. I'm not sure what it was paid for. But Chad Wingard, take a bow to everyone in that contest, by the way. No one took their eye off the football. Meantime, Sydney take the ball forward. Bolton's got it. Will squeeze it forward. Almost Keystone Cops. Goes in the back of Pittard's back, of all things. Meantime, Carlisle gets the football. Cross to Moore. And Port Adelaide are clear again. So Moore got time to think. He's got time to get himself in awful trouble. And umpire said he disposed of the ball illegally. And White's got it. He kicks it in short. Was that a free kick? Umpire says play on. I thought he might have been infringed, the Sydney player. In goes Wines, right on the defensive 50, and there will be a ball up. My goodness, the courage shown by Chad Wingard. That was frightening. It was unbelievable, really. And full marks to the young man, and he's well. He's still well, which is the main thing. He's got it. Panicked a little bit and kicked it out in the full, and that has gone 6 rows back. And Tony Armstrong would take the free kick for the Swans, about 90 metres away from the goal. 20 minutes gone in the second quarter, 10 left before half time. Port Adelaide a handy break, but they've got to keep the pressure up because Sydney, you just sense it lurking. Hold the ball in the meantime. O'Keefe didn't get rid of the footy, and the crowd liked it. Boak's got it, left half back for Port Adelaide. Short to Kane Corns. Starting to win a lot of the footy, starting to call his name a little bit more. Wide to Lewis Stevenson. Watch this boy kick. Thumping kick. Look at that for a kick. Look at that for a kick. Oh, Brad Ebert marks it. 45 metres out directly in front. And that is what is the key to Lewis Stevenson's game. He is a thumping kick, and certainly set that goal up, or that opportunity at goal, very well with that right foot kick. So Brad Ebert, a magnificent goal from further out at the start of this quarter, from 58 out. He'll kick from 49, drop punt on its way. Umpire dances to his right and through for a minor score. So Port Adelaide not quite getting the result there. 7-3-45, leading the Swans 4-5-29, 21.5 gone in this first quarter. So in the blink of an eye, Nick Smith's got it for Sydney. Kicks towards Reid and Stevenson. Reid just had the front spot there after flicking Stevenson away, and has got the mark. Goes in short to that man in Goods. What an ornament of the game he's been. Goods, short, Bolton marks. Still definitely 2 kicks, probably 3 kicks from goal. Kicking into the breeze. Bolton punches it forward, but that's only going to go as far as Redden. Redden, the big fella, the number 34 for Port Adelaide, took the mark, read the ball well. So Redden short to Brad Ebert. That right leg strapped. Ebert goes towards Broadbent. Now Broadbent and Lewis Roberts-Thompson. Roberts-Thompson, did he infringe? Good battle. Well done by Roberts-Thompson. Won the footy to Shaw. And Shaw now gives it to McVeigh, and they're away. No, they're not. Good defensive pressure from Trengove. Trengove slides in there, taps the ball out, tunnel ball style. Well done, Cahoon. He's won the football. Wingard, he might still be dazed. What courage he showed 5 minutes ago. No, nothing wrong with Wingard. He finds need magnificently. He marks 65 out. Short to Brad Ebert, and take 2, Bradley. Brad Ebert will kick from the same blade of grass he kicked from 2 minutes ago, and hopefully this time he can slot it straight over the goal umpire's hat. So Brad Ebert had 2 very similar shots this quarter from about the same range. He's kicked 1-1, this time from 51 metres. Drop punt on its way. The umpire dances, and he's missed it. He's missed to the other side, so just overcompensated. Port Adelaide 7-4-46 as we approach half-time, leading Sydney 4-5-29, a margin of 17 points. So Shaw plays on, short to Mumford. Former Geelong player, takes the mark. Still in the defensive 50 for Sydney. Mumford goes short. That's it's probably not really what he was looking for. It's gone actually out of bounds by 7 or 8 metres. And the free kick will be taken by Cam O'Shea. Kane Corns originally tried to get the extra stat, but Cam O'Shea's got it. Bearing in mind, it is very swirly out there, so kicking sort of into the breeze towards the southern end has been tricky. O'Shea puts into the hot spot. Big pack of players. Roberts-Thompson just propped. Ball spills over the back. Handballed out by the Sydney player, but there'll be a boundary throw in just next to the behind post for Port Adelaide, just near their goals. They've scored 7, and they've kicked 3 this quarter to Sydney's 1. So Port Adelaide utilising this breeze. Just over 6 minutes left in the first half. Lobie wrestling against Mumford. The ball comes down. Well done by Sydney. Trying to get the ball out. A spiral punt. Oh, Wingard. What an aerial attempt that was. Nearly held onto it. Boat gets it back. Jams onto the boot. And misses. And misses. So, in the blink of an eye, Port Adelaide 3 quick points. They've gone to 7-5-47, leading Sydney by an even 3 goals, 4-5-29. 24 minutes gone. Mount Chesky's got it. Good kick to the young man there in Dane Rampy. Rampy finds Goods. Look at this over the back. It's free centre wing. They've got a real open space here now. McGlynn running through the midfield. There he is, young O'Keefe. When I say young, he's actually old, but he'd like me calling him young. O'Keefe gives it to Reed, and Reed marks 60 out. Goes in short. Good run on football there by McGlynn, and he'll take a set shot from about 48 metres out directly in front, and that was wonderful transition football by the Sydney Swans. So the former Hawthorn player, had a couple of great seasons at Sydney, will kick from 48 metres, drop punt on its way, and that has swirled to the right. And the goal umpire says that is just a minor score. So Sydney, 4-6-30, Port Adelaide leading 7-5-47. So Pittard, beautiful left foot kick, kicks it long to Trengove, just cleared his pack. It misread that a little bit, Trengove. Now, did he ride the Sydney player into the ground? The umpire said he did. And there will be a free kick there to the Sydney player. I think it's Walsh. No, it's not. It's Nick Smith. So Smith's got it, the left footer. Goes in short, looking for those green boots in white. You know what I mean when I say green boots in white. Jesse White wearing green boots. But Alapate Carlisle takes the mark. So Carlisle switches to Pittard. Still deep inside their defensive 50 to O'Shea. O'Shea held up by Jetta. Goes in short to Trengove. Trengove, still around left half back for Port Adelaide, still just inside the defensive 50. He'll probably bomb it down the line, the big man. He does, looking for Stewart in a 2-on-1. Good contest, Stewie. Brings the ball down the ground. Brad Ebert, didn't need to get that left foot there, and it's gone out of bounds on the fall. So there'll be a relieving free kick. O'Keefe's got it. He went close to the man on the mark, kicks it in long. Big pack of players. Well done by Matty Lobe. Handballs to Wines. Wines, props. Boak, props as well. Good handball. Well, I thought it was good, but it was intercepted magnificently by the player there from Sydney in Parker. They got problems now. Boak, he got collided into. Hartlett's got... hang on. There was a free kick back, so Hartlett stopped and propped and got mowed down unnecessarily. So Boak's got the free kick. After all that, Boak, true centre wing, members side, sprinkle of shower across. There wouldn't be a home game here at Amy Stadium for Port Adelaide without a little bit of precipitation. 3 minutes left in the first half. Westhoff, Stewart, jams the ball forward. Kane Corns looked at his opponent, bodied it off. O'Keefe, well done there by Bird. He's been caught with a football. Gee whiz, they're under enormous pressure, the Sydney defence. Trengove punches it forward. Good punch too, because it found Hartlett. Hartlett to Jonas on his unaccustomed left foot. Kicks it in high. Stewart's got to make a contest. He does. The ball comes back to Bird by hand. Kicks it in long, though, towards Goods. Good punch by Jonas. Goods wins it back. Good tackle by Trengove. Umpire says, no, it slipped too high. So play on now. Not really to advantage. In fact, the big onto there. Everett's got problems. Gives it back to the ball one in McVeigh. And Pittard will take the mark. The relieving mark. Good support there too in the contest by Carlo. He kicks it wide. It's not going to make Broadbent on the fall, but Broadbent's good enough to trap it. To Stevenson. Good run on football. Now Broadbent's got a paddock in front of him. He'll have a bounce. He can probably have two. He does. Now he's going to pump it in long towards Stewart. Stewart's in the box seat in position A. Was he infringed? Umpire said play on. Ball spills back towards Shaw and goes over the boundary line some 10 metres around from the Port Adelaide behind post. Exciting stuff. End-to-end footy. Port Adelaide lead by 17 points. About 90 seconds left in this first half. Lobe. Wouldn't Port love to get one here? Hanbury wins the football. Kicks it out towards the outer side towards Reed. And that just eludes him. And there will be a boundary throw-in right half forward for Port Adelaide. This crowd has found plenty of voice. I don't mind telling you. Plenty of voice. There's a bit happening down here as well in front of them. I'm not entirely sure what's going on. A lot of people standing up and looking. I'll just keep calling the footy. There are a few things happening here in the crowd. The Bronx cheers going up here at Amy Stadium. Meanwhile, Sydney bring the ball forward, trying to find That player in Kennedy, what a great player he's been since moving from Hawthorn as well. At the back, Everett. So Everett leads Trengove in the race to Goods. Goods a little right foot check. He trickles, and hits the post. Hits the post. That is unlucky. So Sydney, another minor score. 4-7-31, trailing Port Adelaide 7-5-47. A margin of 16 points. So Sydney have got the ball back. Goods has got it meantime. Kennedy, left foot. Oh, that's floaty. It's only going to go as far as Trengove, who takes the safe chest mark just next to the behind post. 15 seconds left in this quarter. Still plenty happening here in the bleachers at Amy Stadium. I'm not sure what's going on there. People looking everywhere. But meanwhile, I'm focused on the game. Hartlett's taking the mark. Defensive half-back. That should just about see us out, I would think. And there it goes, the siren, as expected. Great quarter of football. Good half of football by Port Adelaide as well. The power, 7-5-47, leading Sydney 4-7-31, a margin of 16 points at halftime. I hope you're enjoying our coverage here on PTV. Let's have a look at some of the goal scorers. And the major goal scorer for Port Adelaide, Travis Boak, has a couple. Brad Ebert has one. Matthew Lobe, Jasper Pittard, and Aaron Young has a goal as well. And for Sydney, their major goal scorer, Jude Bolton, with 2. Half-time here at Amy Stadium. Port Adelaide going along okay at the moment, leading a pretty strong Sydney outfit by 16 points. Still plenty left, though, of course, this afternoon. Port Adelaide 7-5-47, leading the Swans 4-7-31, a margin of 16 points in the second half. Due to get underway very soon.